Some of y'all are going to think this next statement is harsh, and guess what, buddy? It's meant to be. DJ Law is a perfect and prime example of someone who wasted their God-given talent and ability in this life. This is DJ Law, one of the biggest stars in a Netflix series called Last Chance U. If you gotta ask me, I think he was the biggest star and also the best running back in the entire show. I would go as far as to saying he was a fan favorite. My main reason for that is how explosive and elusive he was on that field. He averaged over 9 yards per carry. I think that's more than safe to say that's pretty dang good. Unfortunately, he was also known for not having the best grades in the show as well. He struggled with academics mightily. Who is this guy you're looking at right here, you may ask? Great question, my friend. I'd love to answer it. This is also DJ Law. Yeah, that's right. You heard me correctly. This was the same individual I showed you earlier, only a few years later. Let's just say he made some very bad choices, to say the least, and also some terrible decisions. The things he did are some of the most disgusting things any human being can do walking on this planet. I'll put it to you like this to give you an even better perspective. When I was gathering all my information and doing research for this video, I was struggling to continue to read the things he was doing. He did get punished for it, rightfully so, but it is hard for me to believe some of the things people do in this life. There's many questions people have been asked about this guy even till this day. But however, it all circles back to the one. I mean the one big question we're going to try to get to the bottom of in today's video. What really happened to DJ Law? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope all of you are having a great day. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. This has been a highly, and I mean a highly requested video on the channel. Just dropping by to say, I never intended on covering all these Last Chance U guys, but y'all been requesting it, and as y'all know, your boy Matt is a fan of the people, and I want to give the people what they want. It's as simple as that. I've had a blast covering all these guys from Last Chance U. If there's any more that we haven't talked about, leave a comment down below, and if there's any more recommendations for story videos, leave a comment down below. Pretty much all I wanted to touch on. Thank you guys for all the support. Let's get into it. You already know, to get into Mr. DJ Law's story, we gotta throw it all the way back to where things started. Coming out of high school, he was actually a highly sought-after recruit. He narrowed his options down to 3 schools: Ole Miss, Utah, and East Mississippi. Here's the ultimate trick question. There's no way any of you are going to be able to guess this. Which school do you think DJ Law signed with? I'm going to repeat it one more time. Narrowed down to 3 schools: Ole Miss, Utah, and East Mississippi Community College. Dun-na-na-na-na-na. Time's up, buddy. Guess which school he signed to? All 3 of them. Yes, that's right. You heard me correctly. DJ Law signed to 3 schools on National Signing Day. I know what all of you are sitting here saying because I was saying the same thing. What? What are you talking about, Matt? You can only sign to 1 school. How'd he sign to 3? Great question, my friend. I'd love to answer it. At 8:23 a.m. on National Signing Day, to be exact, that is when DJ Law signed to Ole Miss. Fast forward time into 3:36 p.m. on the same day, Utah would announce that DJ Law just signed with them. And he also signed to EMCC in between all that. The reason we knew this is because Ole Miss, Utah, and East Mississippi confirmed that he was coming there. Because when a player signs ESPN or 27 Sports, they call these schools, they check with them, they confirm so nobody looks dumb, and there's no confusion. Well, come to find out, all 3 of these schools received a letter of intent from DJ Law. One of the weirdest recruitment stories I've ever covered, and I'm surprised it hasn't been talked about more till this day. What's even more ironic about all of it is there's a video of DJ Law putting a Utah hat on his head. But when he put that hat on his head, it was being reported that he had already faxed his letter to Ole Miss. I'll read this off word for word. Both Ole Miss and Utah took to Twitter to welcome in their newest recruit, referring to DJ. Utah coach Kyle Whittingham remains confident that Law is signed, sealed, and delivered to Salt Lake City. Meanwhile, Rebels head coach Hugh Freeze also spoke of Law like he was one of the team's newest recruits. To make a long story short, Ole Miss would release Law of his letter of intent and let him go play at Utah. So it seemed like there was going to be no more confusion. Or at least, that's what we thought. Coming to find out, DJ Law didn't even qualify to get into Utah, so he had to go to EMCC, his last resort. We haven't even gotten to the meat and potatoes of this video, and it's already gotten hectic. I want you to remember this though. He didn't qualify to get into Utah. You'll start to see a pattern of that. At EMCC, DJ would quickly make a name for himself on the field because he was a star football player, but also off the field because he got some controversy. On the field, he was averaging, like I told you earlier, 9 yards per carry. That's unreal. But off the field, he would struggle with, guess what? You probably know what I'm about to say next. Academics. It's not complicated, guys. He didn't care about academics. It wasn't a priority for him. The saddest part about it is, if you're an athlete, you know this. In college, if you're a star football, baseball, basketball player, These teachers and professors are going to try everything in their power to pass you. They want to see you succeed because more times than not, a lot of them, especially in the Southeast, are big-time football fans. I can't speak for y'all, but for me, I cannot feel bad for a guy who didn't even try. And DJ Law didn't try. If he would have got his academics in straight, who knows? He probably could have went to a big-time D1 football program after he left EMCC. I don't think that's far-fetched to say. He had Ole Miss recruiting him out of high school. He had the talent. The talent was never in question. It was just everything else. After a successful stint on the field at EMCC, he winds up transferring to UAB, which is Alabama Birmingham. Seemed like a great fit at the time, and like I said, if he had his grades in check, he could have went to a better school. When he got to UAB in 2016, he would have surgery on his knee, so he missed that entire first year. Heading into the second year, 2017, it was announced by the head coach that DJ Law would not be returning to UAB. The reasoning for him not returning to UAB, you want to take a wild guess? He couldn't maintain his academic eligibility. Here's what the head coach at UAB had to say about it, and I quote, "I think his knee is going to be in good shape. He came in here behind the 8 ball academically. He's done a solid job. He really just had a lot to overcome. I think we got his knee well, so we're trying to make a decision. Is it NAIA or Canada?" Not too long after leaving UAB in the year 2018, this would happen. As you can see, this is a mugshot, and anytime we're showing your mugshot on this channel, more times than not, it's not for a good reason. There's not an easy way to say this. DJ Law was arrested for strangling a woman and beating her dog in Louisville, Kentucky. He was charged with 2 counts of DV with aggravated assault, aggravated cruelty to animals, theft of a motor vehicle of over $2,500, aggravated kidnapping, and violation of an order of protection. The Blount County Sheriff's Office says they were called to a business on Topside Road around 9:30 a.m. Thursday for a domestic assault. They found a 20-year-old woman who said her boyfriend, DJ Law, had punched and choked her, then hit her with a board at her apartment on Kelly Circle. What is wrong with this guy? She also said Law injured her dog and took her vehicle, which contained 2 handguns without permission. The victim says she ran in to get help and was picked up by a citizen who took her to the business to wait for deputies. She was taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. A short time later, other deputies in the area spotted Law driving the victim's vehicle and stopped him on Hawks Landing Drive. They took Law into custody and searched the vehicle, finding 2 handguns, one of which was loaded. Other deputies went to the apartment and found the seriously injured dog. It was taken to a local veterinary clinic for treatment. Law was being held on a $550,000 bond pending a court hearing on December 27th. And there's a little more details to this I'm leaving out because, like I said earlier, it's disgusting. All I need to know is the major details we touched on. Reportedly, he punched, choked the woman, then he did those things to the dog I don't even want to repeat, and stole her car. You don't need me to sit up here for 5 minutes and go on a huge rant and rampage on why he shouldn't have done this and how terrible it is. We understand this. If you're a decent human, you understand that no man, no woman, no anybody should be doing this. It is despicable, to say the least, and I'm sure DJ Law, he's not proud of it. Here's my 2 cents on it. Laying your hand on a woman as a grown man, unless she's coming at you, she's attacking you, doing something crazy, unacceptable. There's a lot of bad things people can do, but to me, that's up there with the worst of them. Number 2, you then go after the dog? Come on, man. What are we doing? Not even going to speak on that. Going after an animal. You're beneath pond scum to me. That's sad. If you are curious as to why he went after a dog, allegedly and reportedly, it's because the dog defecated in the living room and he got upset. But I don't care what the dog did. Unacceptable. Same thing with the woman. Then last but not least, you steal her car, which is, out of everything we talked about, the least concerning thing, and I can overlook that. But the other 2, it definitely leaves a sour taste in my mouth. I hate to see somebody do that. He did get locked up a little bit for that, somehow got out, but in May of 2020, he got arrested again. This time he was arrested on 3 counts of violating his probation on charges from the incident we just talked about in 2018. I just realized this says in Tennessee. I thought it happened in Louisville, Kentucky. Oh, wait a minute, guys. My bad. I was saying Louisville, Kentucky. He actually got arrested in Louisville, Tennessee. My apologies. Okay, that makes way more sense. That's why I got confused. When I was doing my research for this video, I saw he got arrested in Louisville. I just assumed it was Kentucky. That's on me, my bad. But we're just going to leave it in the video. It is what it is. Anyways, like I was saying, he got arrested this time in 2020 because he was out after curfew, and also there was alcohol found in his vehicle, which is a big no-no when you're on probation. He would eventually get out of jail, and this is when he decided to start coaching youth football. Somebody commented this, got 57 upvotes on Reddit. Hard to believe he's allowed to be near kids. Yeah, after that DV incident, Can't really fault that comment too much. He was my favorite, but the writing has been on the wall. Bad decision after bad decision. He could have just took care of business in class and not played on that knee. Too short-sighted and lacked the mental fortitude. Sucks being he had the look, talent, and field swagger of a football star. It boggles me that someone can believe in themselves on the field, but can't believe in themselves off of it. That is the newest of new updates on DJ Law. If you go to his Instagram, he's still posting. He hasn't posted anything since 2024, but the good news is, it appears to seem he's stayed out of trouble. I want to show you this. He posted this on Instagram too, of him completely dunking on a guy. It goes to prove and show just how athletic some of these guys are. I don't think there's any debating it. He most certainly had the talent, not just to play high D1 ball, but to play in the NFL, to play in the league. Truth of the matter is, there's a lot of individuals that have the talent. You probably went to high school with a guy who had NBA or NFL potential, but they can't just do all the right things off the field, and that matters a lot. A big part of making it isn't just being a superstar on the field, it's making smart decisions and the right decisions dang near all the time. To me, this is the farthest thing from a sad ending. It's not sad at all. He reaped what he sowed. I don't feel bad for this guy, not into the slightest, and I hope you guys don't either. Number one, didn't try in school. If you would have tried, who knows how far you could have went, Mr. DJ Law. Then secondly, that whole DV incident with the woman and the dog. Some of y'all are going to think this next statement is harsh, and guess what, buddy? It's meant to be. DJ Law is a perfect and prime example of someone who wasted their God-given talent and ability in this life. And I'm wishing him the best of luck, I really am, but it's not going to matter. He'll continue to make terrible decision after terrible decision. It's not me hating. It's as simple as this, guys. It's called pattern recognition. Tell my younger people watching, please learn from these mistakes and do not repeat them. Let me know your thoughts on this down below, but